Hello, my name is Heaven Thompson, and I'm here to talk about creativity in the classroom and how it affects students around the world. Jillian Lynn was only 7 years old when her parents took her to see a specialist after receiving a note from school saying she may have a learning disorder. Her teachers thought this may be the case because she rarely sat still during the school day and had a hard time focusing on assignments. After talking with her and her mother for about 20 minutes, the doctor took her mother out to the hallway, but not before he turned on the radio. They sat out in the hallway and watched Jillian for a while, and they noticed as soon as they left the room, Jillian was up on her feet, swaying along to the music and leaping on and off the doctor's desk. The doctor simply turned to her mother and said, "She's not sick, she's a dancer. Take her to dance school." And so her mother did. Now Miss Lynn is 92 years old. She's choreographed many plays, including The Phantom of the Opera and Cats, two of Broadway's longest running productions. That was Great Britain in the 1930s. I imagine had this taken place 30 years later, Jillian would have been prescribed a script for Ritalin in order to help her stay focused throughout the school day. Schools today are so focused on achieving high test scores that we have lost sight of how crucial creativity and the arts are to a child. An article posted by the Irish Times stated that Ellen McKay believes that standardized tests are one-dimensional and cannot possibly reflect the diversity of each and every student. This curriculum is beginning to fail both the teacher and the student at the secondary level as well. Very often you walk into an upper level classroom and you'll see highly trained teachers spouting off information to their students. These students are expected to retain this information only to spit it back up to their teachers a few weeks later, often in written exams. More than half of the countries around the world, including the United States, France, Germany, and Japan, believe that creativity is being stifled by our education systems. All across the world, these schools are lacking something, and I believe that is the lack of enthusiasm for learning. Students don't get excitement out of sitting in one spot for 45 minutes at a time, listening to the same person drone on and on about topics that they don't feel is relevant to their current situation in life. They seem to have other things to worry about than just whatever they're learning at that particular time. Sure, lectures are necessary to establish the basics of a project or a lesson, but they should not be the only type of learning that takes place in the classroom. These students need to be up talking with their peers, analyzing data, creating projects, and other activities that stimulate their brain. A friend of mine told me a story about a sixth grade science class that she observed. A local furniture company had recruited this class to create furniture designs for them. They used cubes of leftover wood that would have otherwise been thrown away, and each student was given 27 of these cubes and asked to design a table. Once finished, the students presented their furniture to the company, and the company judged them and then granted a winner. This winner received some sort of prize. This gave these students the opportunity to think outside the box and discover a unique way to create something that they wouldn't have otherwise been able to do. Imagine if every student around the world was given opportunities such as this to think creatively and make their own project, design and actually create their own table. What would these minds be able to create if they were just stimulated enough to create and design something like this? Ken Robinson said, "Our task is to educate their whole beings so they can face the future. We may not see the future, but they will, and our job is to help them make something of it. Instead of pushing them to meet standardized test goals, we should be encouraging them to debate those controversial topics, analyze and create those meaningful projects, and develop relationships that will help them succeed later on in life. Don't forget, they're not little robots that we are teaching. We're teaching the little minds that will one day become our doctors, lawyers, and school teachers. Thank you.